Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Logan if this is your first time here, and on this channel we talk about all things crochet. In this video I'm going to be doing the influenced challenge. I did see Nooks Hooks do this over on her channel and I really enjoyed the video. I also got a comment on my last video asking if I would do this challenge, and I thought this was a perfect chance for me to do so. So as I was watching some people's YouTube videos, I wrote down some patterns that I have been influenced to buy or to make. So I have all of those written out. I have about 4 or 5. My goal is to get 5 done, but we will see how long this takes. I do have some patterns that are a little bit more involved and a little bit bigger, so we will see how that goes. So I'm going to show you a couple things first. I have a pattern test that I have made. I have some yarn, and I also got some safety eyes in, so I have lots of goodies to show you. I am also going to be working on another pattern test that I just got chosen for today. I'm not sure if that's going to be in this video or not. We will see. It may be in next week's video, but I wanted to start off with my yarn haul that I got. Just got a really small yarn haul from Premier Yarns. I needed to pick up some specific colors for a project that I'm working on. So I have my box here. Starting out, I bought 3 skeins of Little Bunny. This is the shade light blue, and I purchased this specifically for an order. A coworker of mine wants me to make her grandson a blanket, so she picked out this yarn and this color specifically. So I went ahead and ordered 3 of them for her. So I'm going to get started on this little baby blanket. This will just be a fun project, just something on the side that I can work on. So I'm not sure how much I'm going to show you. I may show you when it's all done, but I wanted to show you that I got these. This next yarn is a request from one of my sisters. Her and I were talking after the finale of Stranger Things, and we were really sad that it was all over. We have been watching it since the very beginning. So we were talking on the phone, and I ended up making her a small Demogorgon, and she decided that she wanted a jumbo one because I kind of mentioned maybe I would make one, and she said that she would really like a jumbo Demogorgon. So I ended up buying some Parfait XL yarn. I'm not really sure how much yarn this will use up, so I'm definitely going to make one for her. I'm thinking about making one for myself and putting it on my couch behind me. I haven't quite decided yet, and then if there's any left over, I may make one to sell. Again, I haven't really fully decided. So I ended up buying 3 skeins of the shade Toffee for the body. Her and I were talking and she picked out this shade, and I thought out of the XL yarn this would be the best. There is a dark gray, but she wanted to go with this yarn, so I thought it was fine. So I got 3 skeins of this, and then I got 1 skein of black and 2 of the shade Cardinal. So I'm hoping that that will make me at least 3, if not 4. We will see how much yarn that uses. I think people would really enjoy a jumbo version of a Demogorgon. And then my last yarn that I picked up, I decided to try out Parfait Plush. So I've never tried it before, and I only got 3 different colors because I wanted to use it for one of my projects for this challenge. So I was waiting for this to come in, and it came pretty quickly, so I was really happy about that. I was waiting to make this with the plush yarn, so you'll have to let me know in the comments below if you can guess what I'm going to be making. But I got 2 in the shade Toffee. Apparently I bought a lot of Toffee this time around, but I'm trying not to buy any more Parfait Chunky because, as you can see, I have a lot here, so I'm trying not to buy any more, and I did not buy any, so I am very successful in that. So I got 2 skeins of Toffee, 1 in cream, and then 1 in the shade Chocolate. And that is all the yarn that I bought from Premier. I had just enough to get free shipping, which is why I ended up getting 2 skeins of the Parfait plush, because I think there's another project that I want to use. My first impression is this is very soft and I really like the thickness of it. So we will see how I like it, and maybe I will start using this yarn instead of Parfait Chunky. So that is what I got from Premier. In my last video, I had mentioned that I ordered some eyes from Old Soul Factory. I ended up just ordering a mystery pack of eyes because she was sold out of a lot of her eyes. So I just went ahead and got a mystery pack. I got some 30mm and some 25mm. I think I almost sold her out of her mystery pack, so which is fine. I'm really happy that I was able to get some of these, and I've already opened them because I couldn't wait. So I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna open them off camera because this is gonna be really loud. So I'm going to open them up and I will show you what they look like. The first thing we have here are 2 pairs of 25mm eyes. I love these top ones here. I love the pink and green shift. And then we have these really pretty orange, red, yellow eyes. So I have 2 of those, and then I bought a whole pack of 30mm eyes. I'm going to try to show you each of these 2 at a time. Look at how beautiful these are. They are a rainbow tie-dye. I love these. And then we have a white iridescent one. I have had these before, so, and I've already used them, so I'm very excited to have them again. And then we have a teal set, which I really love. And then look at these. I really hope you can see these. These are like stained glass with roses in them. How beautiful. They match my nails. I'm not sure if you can see my nails next to them, but I got my nails done today and they're stained glass. So these match perfectly. Oh, I love these. And then the bottom pair is a really beautiful dark blue with a shift. Oh, Tara, you are doing an incredible job with these eyes. I love these. Last thing before we get started on this challenge, I am currently a part of a pattern test for Stacy Makes / Apple Tree Boutique, and I am testing the No Sew pint size pals. I got chosen to test the cow. This pattern will be released on Sunday the 18th, so this video should go up on the Monday after, so this video should go up on the 19th. But yeah, so this has already been released since you are watching this. Look at them. I ended up making 2 of them. How adorable. I'm going to show you this one first. This is the first one that I made. I decided to go with a fun color scheme, so I decided to go with a light pink with a darker pink and then a cream for the body. I also hand painted these eyes. I didn't know I was going to get picked, so I just really quickly painted some eyes that I thought would go with these, and I absolutely love this. I mean, look at how cute. This fits in the palm of my hand, and I did use Elise Veludo yarn, so if you used something like Parfait Chunky, it would come out a lot smaller. But yeah, here is the first cow. And then the second cow, again, I used Elise Veludo, and then I ended up painting these safety eyes as well. And I just did a light brown shade. So these are adorable. They are no sew and they work up really quickly. I can tell this is going to be one of my favorite cow patterns. I'm actually saving this one for my pumpkin patch order because I'm going to make a couple of these for my order since I know they will want some cows. So I'm going to take this one to the storefront that I am in, and then I am going to keep this one and set this one aside for my order. And so I finished those 2 already. And Stacy was so nice and she sent us her pig pattern as well, because a lot of us got done really quickly with this pattern test. So I have started on the pig. I have the arms and legs done. However, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to finish this or not, because I am playing a little bit of yarn chicken. This is all I have left, so I'm not sure if I'm going to finish this pig or not. We will see. But yeah, that was really nice of her to send us this pattern as well. Again, I'm going to make some of these for my pumpkin patch order in the fall, so but we will see if I'm able to finish this one with this amount of yarn I have. I don't know, it may be cutting it close. So that is everything that I wanted to update you on and I wanted to show you. So now let's move on to the influenced challenge. This challenge was created by Rose and Dove, and in this challenge you are using and buying patterns that people have influenced you to buy and to make. I watch a lot of YouTube videos. I love watching YouTube. I love watching all my friends and supporting all different kinds of creators. So I watch a lot of people talk about new patterns and I get inspired a lot to buy new patterns. So I went through, I was watching some YouTube videos and I wrote down 5 patterns that people have influenced me to buy or make. I have not made any of these, so some of them I need to purchase. I believe there is one free pattern in here, so I thought I would throw in a free pattern because you don't have to purchase a pattern just because someone influences you. It may be a free pattern, so I wanted to pick out one free pattern in here as well. So who inspired me to do this video was Nooks Hooks. So, and I also got a comment as well. So both of those influenced me to do this video. So I wanted to start off with one of Nooks Hooks patterns. I have made a lot of her patterns, but actually I wanted to do the Patchy bear. So her bear, a lot of people have been making her hoodie bears recently and I really enjoy making those, but she always posts about her Patchy bears and I love them. So she has influenced me to make one of her Patchy bears. Every time she posts one, I always comment and I'm like, I need to make one of these so bad. So I thought this would be a perfect time to make a Patchy bear. I had a really hard time trying to pick out the color theme I wanted to do for this Patchy bear, so it took me a little bit to pick out some colors, but I decided with this Patchy bear to use some yarn that I have not used in a while. So I have not used Big Twist Plush in a hot minute. I have a bunch of this. This is actually the yarn that I started using. I actually started using Hobby Lobby Adorable yarn, I think is what I started out with, and then I bought a couple of skeins of that and then I decided to move on to Big Twist Plush. So I have a lot of this yarn and I really need to decide if I want to give this away or if I want to keep using it. So I decided that I would make a Patchy bear with this yarn, see how it looks. So I picked out the shade Strawberry Smoothie is the first one. It's this really nice light pink shade. And then we have the shade Mint. I kind of went for like a little lighter pastel color theme besides this really bright pink actually. And then this pink is called Electric Pink. And then we have the shade Sage. And then lastly, we have the shade Lavendula, I believe is what this, yeah, Lavendula. So let me try to hold all of these. I forgot how big these skeins are. Here is the color palette that we are working with. I was looking at some of her Patchy bears and I know she uses some variegated yarn, but I decided to just go for some plain colors, and I thought that this was a really nice color palette, so we will see how it looks with the Patchy Bear. I'm also going to do the floppy leg mod. She recently came out with that a few months ago, so I've been really enjoying the floppy legs on her bears. So I'm going to figure out what order I want to do these, and then I'm going to get started on my Patchy Bear. I forgot to update while I was making this Patchy Bear, but are you ready to see her? Look at how cute. I love it. I love the floppy leg mod on this. I definitely think if you were going to make one of these Patchy Bears, to do the floppy legs. I also really like the bright pink that I ended up using. I think it is a really nice pop with some of the pastels, but look at how cute. This is also a really good size. I used Big Twist plush, so it is a lot bigger. I also used a 7mm hook, but this is a pretty good size for a bear, and I just really love the colors that I chose. Here is a close-up of the bear. I really love this, and it was actually very easy to work up. I love her bear pattern, and I love the floppy leg mod. It definitely goes by faster if you do the floppy legs, but how cute and cuddly is this little bear? Oh, I think I want to make a lot more of these. So thank you, Nooks Hooks, for influencing me to make one of your Patchy Bears, because I really love how this one turned out. So this is pattern number 1. My next pattern I was influenced by Jenny at In My Spare Time Crochet. I absolutely love Jenny. She is so fun to watch. I'm always laughing at her videos. She's so funny, and I just really enjoy her content. I love her, and she's just so sweet. So this next pattern is Suki Sloth from Snuggle Crochet. She actually pattern tested this sloth, so I watched her video and she was talking about that, and she also recently did a video on making only Snuggle Bean crochet patterns, and she talked about making another one. So I commented, I was like, that's it, I'm making a Suki Sloth. So that is why I bought Parfait Plush, because I am going to make Suki in Parfait Plush. I'm also going to use some of my new eyes from Old Soul Factory, so I'm very excited, which is why I'm picking this pattern next, because I just got this yarn in today, so I'm really excited to try it out. I think it's going to be really fun, so I'm going to hang out on my couch for a little bit and let's make Suki. It is a little bit later, but I wanted to update you on my progress with Suki the Sloth. I have finished the head. I love the eyes. These are the ones that I just unboxed from Tara. I think they work perfectly with the colors that I picked out for the sloth. I did not have a safety nose, so I just ended up embroidering the nose, which I think it turned out really cute. But here's the head. I also love the little hairs at the top of the head. So I have the head done, and then I have both arms and legs done. So it is getting a little bit late, so I think I am going to call it a night. I just have to work up the body and crochet all of these in, and then sew the head on, and I will be done. So that shouldn't take me too long tomorrow, so I'm going to call it a night, and I will see you all tomorrow. Today is Saturday. I did not film at all yesterday. However, I did finish Suki Sloth. Look at how adorable this is. I love the color of eyes I used. I think they really pop with the dark brown around the eyes. Look, I love the little hair pieces at the top, and I love the little claws on the arms and legs. This was a really easy pattern to work up. The only thing you had to sew on was the eye patches to the head and then the head to the body. That was it. It was really easy to sew these on. Look at how adorable. I really love this. think it turned out really cute. I think a lot of people are going to enjoy this. I'm really glad I made this. I can definitely tell I'm going to be making more of these because look at how adorable that little face is. This is so cute. So this is Suki Sloth from Snuggle Crochet. The next pattern that I will be doing is Mochi the Blackfooted Ferret. This pattern is from the Crochet Zoologist, and I was inspired by Stitches by Patty. She posted about this ferret and I just thought it was so adorable. I've seen it in a couple of her market videos. She has also posted about it on her Instagram, and as soon as I saw her make it, I immediately put this pattern into my Etsy cart, and I just hadn't bought it yet. So with this video I went ahead and purchased it because I really wanted to make this pattern. So I am going to use my Parfait plush for this so I can use it up so I don't have to store it back here. So I'm going to use the cream color and also the chocolate color that I purchased. It looks like it's a pretty simple pattern, so I'm going to get started on it and then I will update you along the way. I'm sorry if the lighting is bad. The sun is starting to come through this window here, but I wanted to show you what I have done so far on the ferret. I have both of the little legs done, both of the arms, I have the tail done, and I also have the little head done. How cute is this? I am loving how this is turning out. Everything has been really easy to work up. You do have to do quite a bit of color changes, but this head is really small and this is with Parfait plush, so it is really easy to work up. So the only thing I have left to do is the body, and I believe the only thing you have to sew on is the head to the body, so that should be really quick. So I'm going to work on that now and then I will update you when I am finished with my ferret. I have finished my little ferret. Look at how sweet this face is. I am obsessed with this pattern. I love the chunky bottom. I think it's adorable. You can just wiggle it around. I think this would be really fun if you put weighted pellets in down at the bottom. I think that that would be perfect. This ended up being pretty tall. It's pretty skinny around, but it ended up being pretty long. I used Parfait plush and a 5.5mm hook, and it can also stand up on its own, which I really love. But how cute is this pattern? I do want to make it in a smaller yarn because I also think that that would turn out really cute. So I may make one in Parfait Chunky so I can see how big it is with this, but I really love this. I think it is so adorable. I love the sweet little face. It was very easy to work up. The only thing you have to sew on is the head to the body. You do have to do some color changes on the face, but nothing too complicated, and everything else is crocheted in the round. But here is my little black-footed ferret all done. My next pattern that I'm going to be doing is the ice cream cows by Cosy Crochet by Tasha, and I was influenced to buy this pattern from April at the Cozy Buckeye. I originally saw this when she made her cow pattern video. She tried out a ton of cow patterns and I fell in love with this ice cream cow. However, I did not make it then, but I did buy the pattern then. And then when she recently did her video of her roundup video of all of her roundups, she was talking about this ice cream cow, and I'm like, you know what, I bought this pattern and I haven't made it yet, and I'm gonna do this video, so why not make it for this video? So I am going to do Sprinkles the Cow, which is what she did. There are some other ones that I want to do, but I have this yarn from Parfait Chunky. This is the pom-pom yarn. I have a lot of skeins of this and I really want to use it up, so I have this skein that I have used a little bit of, and then this full skein, and I think I have 2 other skeins, so I really want to use up this yarn. So I thought it'd be perfect to do sprinkles for this pattern. So I'm going to use this yarn, and I'm going to use the shade Almond Butter for the cone and the accents. And then I think I want to use the shade Smoothie, which was a limited edition color, but I think I want to use that on the cow as well. So this will be my color palette. I believe this is a pretty big pattern and there's a lot of sewing from what I can tell. I do think with Parfait Chunky it's probably going to end up a lot smaller, so which will be completely fine. I am fine with that. So I'm going to get started on that. I'm not sure how long this will take me, but I'm going to get started. We will see how long it takes, but I'm going to start on this and I will update you with my progress. It is much later. I wanted to update you on what I've got done for the ice cream cow. I have the head done. I have both of the ears done. I have the body done. I ended up crocheting the arms in the round. You do have to sew them on, but I just read ahead in the pattern where you sew them on, and I decided just to crochet them on. That is a lot easier. And then I have the snout done, the little drizzle part done for the head, the cone done, and the whipped cream part done. The only thing I am missing is the tail. I started to crochet the tail, but it is so small and you have to sew it on. So I just decided when I get it all done, I am going to surface crochet it on. So hopefully I remember to do that. And then on top of the cow, on top of the whipped cream, you can either do a lemon slice, a strawberry, a cherry, or wafer rolls. I haven't decided which one I'm going to do yet, so that is why I have not made one yet. I'm leaning more towards the wafer rolls or the strawberry. I don't know, but the cherry would be cute too. So I'm hoping, I'm gonna get it all done and then I'm hoping I can decide which one I want to do. If not, I'm not even sure if I will do one or not. So we will see what I end up doing. That is what I have done so far. I think I am going to start on some sewing. I'm not sure how much I will get done with it tonight. Knowing me, I'll probably just do it all tonight, but I wanted to update you on what I've got done so far. I think with this yarn, it is turning out very cute, so I am excited to see it all together. So I'm gonna start with some sewing and we will see what I get done. I finished my ice cream cow. How adorable is this pattern? I absolutely love how this turned out. I decided to go with the little cherry on top, and I did not forget to add the tail. The only thing I did differently with this pattern is I decided to crochet the arms in the round, which was very easy to do. And then the only difference with the tail is I didn't add the little tassels at the end because with Parfait Chunky I feel like it would just fray so easily. So I just left it with the plain little tail. How cute is this? I really love this pattern. You do have to sew the head onto the body, and then all of this up here is sewed on. The only problem I had was with my yarn with Parfait Chunky. Sewing this on was not the most fun thing to do. It frayed quite a bit, but other than that, I had so much fun making this. I really enjoyed this pattern. I think seeing it come together was just so much fun. I really love how this turned out. So I have my ice cream cow done, so I'm gonna do one more pattern, and my next pattern was influenced by Stacy Makes, and this is actually a free pattern, and it's the Jellycat Macaron pattern from Sola.crochet. So I'm gonna do that. I have my colors picked out. It shouldn't take me too long because because it looks pretty small and it is a free pattern over on Instagram. So I'm very excited to make this. I have seen her make these a couple times and I just thought that they were so adorable. So I'm very excited to start on this macaron. So I think I am going to film myself making this because I feel like I haven't filmed myself crocheting at all. I don't think I have. So I think I'm going to do that with this pattern, and let's get started. I have finished my last pattern, but I want to go through all of the patterns again, who they are by and who influenced me to make these patterns. Again, this is the Influenced Challenge, and this was created by Rose and Dove, and who influenced me to do this challenge is Nooks Hooks, and Allie, who is one of my subscribers. She commented on my last video and was interested in me doing this video. So I started out with Nooks Hooks Bear, and this is the Patchy Bear mod. So you do have to buy the bear on her Etsy, but then the modification for the Patchy Bear is free over on her Instagram. I also did the floppy leg modification, which is also free over on her Instagram as well. So I will have that linked down below. But here is my Patchy Bear by Nooks Hooks, and she actually inspired me to make her Patchy Bear because every time I see her post about this, I am influenced to make one. So I finally did. I used Big Twist plush for this, which I have not used in a very long time, and I used a 7mm hook, so it ended up being quite big, and I really love the colors that I used for this bear. So this was pattern number 1. Pattern number 2 is Suki Sloth from Snuggle Crochet. This is part of her Sploot series. I have been loving her Sploot series. I think a lot of people have. I have been seeing them everywhere. When I saw this sloth pattern, I was really interested in it, but when I saw Jenny at In My Spare Time Crochet talk about this on her channel a few times, I was influenced to make this pattern. Look at how adorable this is. I love the eyes. They are from Old Soul Factory, and I just really enjoyed making this pattern. I love how it turned out. I think this is going to be very popular, so I know for sure I'm going to be making another one. I just love the little frills as the little hair. I think the face is so adorable, and it was a very easy pattern to work up. Not much sewing to this pattern. But yeah, here is pattern number 2. Pattern number 3 is Mochi the Blackfooted Ferret. This pattern is from the Crochet Zoologist, and I was influenced to make this pattern from Stitches by Patty. I saw her post this a few times on her Instagram and YouTube, and I just think this is the sweetest thing. Look at that little face. I also love the really floppy body. I know I already mentioned that when I first made this, but I think this is such an adorable pattern. I'm gonna have to check out more patterns from this creator. This is actually the first pattern that I have ever purchased and made from the Crochet Zoologist, so I'm gonna have to look at their Instagram so I can see a few more patterns that maybe I will want to make. But I am so glad I finally made this pattern. The only thing you have to sew on is the head to the body. Everything else is crocheted in the round, and I just love how long this is. I can't stop doing this. I should probably stop doing that, but I just think this is so adorable. Really loved this pattern. So this was pattern number 3, Mochi the Blackfooted Ferret. My 4th pattern is from Cozy Crochet by Tasha. This is the ice cream cows. In the pattern there are 5 different options for the cows, but I decided to do the sprinkles version because I had quite a bit of this yarn that I wanted to use up, and I was influenced by April from the Cozy Buckeye to make this pattern. She also did the sprinkles version, and she also did the mint one, except I don't like mint chocolate chip ice cream, so I am not going to make that one. But I really liked this pattern. So when I first saw her make this pattern, I immediately purchased it, and that was a few months back. And then she recently talked about it again, and I was like, you know what? I bought this pattern and I really love it, so I am going to make it for this video, and I am obsessed with this. I love this so much. I actually sent this over to the pumpkin patch, which is who I do a really big order for in the fall, and they said they loved it and they wanted it for their big order. So I am going to save this and set this aside for them for the fall time. So you will see this again around September, but this is in mine. I really love the little cherry on top. The only difference I did, which I already spoke about, was the arms. I crocheted them in, and then the tail, I did not do the tassels because of the chenille yarn that I used. So here is pattern number 4, and the last pattern is a free pattern over on Instagram from sola.crochet, and I was influenced to make this pattern from Stacy Makes. I saw her make a couple of these and I thought they were so adorable, and I love Jellycats. If you can see behind me, all of these back here are all Jellycats. I have a little bit of an obsession with them, but I ended up making the macaron. I think this is so adorable. I really love the little feet on this. It was very easy to make. It is a no-sew pattern, and I actually got one of these for Christmas, so I thought I would just do a comparison. They do have the same color of legs as the actual macaron part, but I wanted to do the brown legs because that was what was in the pattern, and I think they are still really cute with the brown legs. So I just wanted to do a little side-by-side comparison of the two. I really love these. I got this for Christmas, so I thought it would be fun just to do a comparison. But that is my last pattern, and Stacy Makes was the one who influenced me. And speaking of her, she has a pattern release that actually released today, but it will be the next day when this video comes out. So I believe it is going to be on sale until Tuesday. I think 25% off if I am not mistaken. But this is the Pint Size Pals. She came out with a cow and a pig. So I have 2 cows done. I love how these worked up. They are no-sew. They were really quick to work up. They are a pretty good size. They're not too big and not too small, and they are also no-sew. So I did show that I was working on the pig in previous clips. However, I have not finished that because I'm afraid I'm going to run out of yarn. So I'm going to place an order soon so that I can finish it. But yeah, here are the 2 little cows. Make sure to go check out these patterns because I think these are going to be a big hit, and I can't wait to see what else she does with those. Here they all are together. I think these are so adorable. They look really cute all together. You will have to let me know which one is your favorite down in the comments. I really can't decide which one is my favorite It's really hard for me to decide, so you'll have to let me know in the comments below which one you like best. But yeah, I think that is everything for today's video. I really enjoyed doing this challenge. I would highly recommend doing this challenge if you haven't already, because I think it is so fun to see who's influencing who to buy some patterns. So if you do make one of these videos, tag me and let me know so I can watch them, because I really enjoy watching these videos. But yeah, that is going to be everything for today's video. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Also follow me on Instagram at Sunny Days Crochet, and I will see you in the next one. Bye everyone, have a good one.